What do you expect me to say? You know that I will always find a way to fuck up everything that we ever made. Some people change and some people don't. Don't give it another shot. We've had enough, I think it's time to stop. I fucked up everything we ever made. Some people change, but you know I won't. Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, forgive me, you have to find a way. Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, believe me, you have to run away. What do you expect me to do? Push you away when we're both feeling blue. No lies can help with what you're going through. Some things can change, but you know it won't. Why do we wait for the worst? Everyone knows that the ending is cursed. This ship is sinking, so just say the words. Some people change, but you know I won't. Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, forgive me, you have to find a way. Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, believe me, you have to run away. It's never better when mistakes are made again. You know we're not the same. Hurting will break the chains. It's never better when mistakes are made again. There's poisons in my veins. Liars are all the same.
Welcome in, everyone. Don't know where Steph is. She's not online on Discord. So let me check my text messages real quick. Okay, she texted me. Doesn't look like she texted me, so not sure where she is. I guess we'll play something in the meantime. Me. Just my avatar. There we go. Hey Desanova, how's it going? How are you doing? The person I'm supposed to be streaming with, Steph, isn't here right now, so now I gotta figure out what to play instead while we wait for it to show up. Can't fucking sleep? Rip. I feel I like super need sleep. My sleep schedule got all fucked up and now I'm super tired. $4:35 a.m. Dang. It's 7 p. Yeah, you can see here it's 7 p.m. for me here. 7:35 p.m. Maybe we can do a little bit of Void Stranger. You work at 11 a.m. I assume. That sucks for you. Updating the category here. Void Stranger. Oops. Lost track of my avatar there for a moment. Okay, yeah, so I guess we're gonna do Void Stranger while we wait for Steph to show up. Hopefully I don't mess this game up too much. So last time on Void Stranger, I'm on this puzzle. I got to this level where I kept messing up and I kept dying. I think I lost like 3 or 4 lives on this level already due to dumb mistakes, so I'm hoping I don't lose any more. I am hoping... Oh, I think maybe Steph just came online onto Discord. So we might not actually do any Void Stranger. Let me check. I'm trying to call her now. Hello? How are you doing?
Yes to drugs.
What was that?
What if I want to say yes to drugs?
Well, I would have to change the title of the stream back because now it says
Oh, okay.
doing some Void Stranger while we wait for Steph. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Okay. Does Noah redeem Defy Buddha play games? The game is play with toy measures made from palm leaves. I don't even remember that one. What is that one about? Steph.
What?
What is this Buddha game about?
What Buddha game?
Play with toy measures made from palm leaves.
Did you share something with me? Like, what are we talking about?
So you know how Buddha has these games that you can't play?
No.
One of them is like making a stack of stuff and if it shakes you lose or something like that. One of them is playing an imaginary board game with 8 or 10 rows.
Oh, right. There was a list that the guy who became Buddha had of games that you can't play. Yes.
So Desanova wrote one of them, and they got play with toy measures made from palm leaves.
Yeah, don't do that.
What is that? I don't even understand what that is.
What is playing with palm leaves?
With toy measures made from palm leaves?
Yeah. Like weights and stuff?
Like palm leaves, as in the leaf of a palm tree,
I would think so. Yeah.
and you're making
Like
measures out of
palm
those.
fronds? Sure, like weights and stuff. Like you're making a little scale out of a palm leaf or something.
I would
Why
like
not?
when I imagine that, I would be like you demark like lines on the leaf and use as a ruler. I feel like making a weight out of the leaves is.
I don't think you can measure anything with palm leaves for a game, according to the Buddha.
Well, I mean, you can. You just it just goes against his teachings. Like there's no laws of physics that prevent you from doing it.
Okay.
Why is my Fujitech not loading? Refresh. Did it work? I don't think it's working. Maybe if I change scenes and then come back. Hang on a second. Did it work? It's still not working. What the heck? Steph, tell me everything you know about cats.
Cats are an animal. They are one of the 5 or 6 species of animals on Earth. Cats are the ones that don't care about you. They have whiskers and 4 legs and hate in their hearts and a mechanism that makes them make a lovely sound when you pet them.
Don't they isn't their purring related to like cell regeneration or something like that?
Isn't what for cell regeneration? What?
They're purring.
It's for cell regeneration?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure, yes. Why not?
I can't figure out why the Fujitech isn't working. What the heck?
Is that the thing that looks like a person?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it won't work in Discord for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, I guess you're not gonna show up in the on the stream. What are your views on drugs?
What are my views on them?
Yeah.
Illegal drugs or legal drugs?
I guess illegal ones. Maybe both.
What are my views on them? Every animal that can seems to use drugs some of the time, so it seems to be a pretty hardwired evolutionary behavior. But it often leads to more bad things than good things. But legal is making them illegal doesn't seem to be very effective at managing use.
You said every animal that can use drugs does?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that sentence could possibly mean.
Every animal that has been able to figure out that drugs exist.
Which animals have figured out that drugs exist?
Birds eat fermented fruit. Dolphins eat pufferfish toxin. Great apes use mild hallucinogenic plants. Octopuses do something related to drugs. Honeybees get drunk on certain types of plant pollen.
I read a book about bee cognition. I didn't see anything about them getting drunk on honeybees, or on pollen. Although I think I did read elsewhere that exists. I thought if they exhibit like drug-seeking behavior, that would be something that the book would bring up. Because it's one thing for like, you know, a random type of flower or something like that causes, you know, them to get drunk or inebriated or whatever. But for them to be to say, actually, I like that, I'm gonna specifically come back and get more of these flowers, is like a separate claim.
Right. I don't know which is the case, honestly. Drug use in animals is not one of my special interests.
Fungerant says, you versus drugs, how does this work? Are you on the drugs and fighting the drugs, or are you physically fighting the drugs as a person? This seems interesting. I don't know the answer, Makitron. But I think this is a game aimed for kids as like a edutainment thing. So I'm going in with the expectation that they're going to be anti-drug, especially because the title of the game sets it up as a antagonistic relationship. You versus drugs. So I expect them to be pretty discouraging of drugs, and that's why I assume they're probably going to be focused on illegal drugs. But I guess we'll find out. I guess you got nothing more to say, Steph?
Nope. That's what I got.
Let's start the game. How are y'all doing tonight? I think Steph said she was okay. I'm sleepy. Do you see the screen, by the way, Steph?
You versus drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idioma, which I guess is language.
Where's
my
language?
mouse? Maybe it's gamepad. Doesn't seem to. Oh, here's my mouse. So English. Now it says language. Volume is fine, I guess. Continue. Disclaimer: young people are already abusing drugs even in early adolescence. Fortunately, it is believed that increased understanding of the basics of addiction will empower people to make informed choices in their own lives. The contents of You vs. Drugs video game saga are effective in explaining brain basics related to addiction in young adults, and apparently even in minors. However, these contents were designed with educational and preventative intentions only. Any questions on the diagnosis or treatment of disturbances, disorders, or illness should be directed or to qualified medical health personnel. Neither Brainwit CEO nor the project manager can be responsible for any results derived from the use of the video game saga. Fungertron asks, is drug recovery therapy a specialty psychologist or psychiatrist thing, like you go to school to become a sex therapist or drug therapist? Is there a different career path or subspecialty, or can you take regular psychology classes, major license, and practice that?
I think a lot of people who help individuals who are struggling with drugs get a master's degree. So they're not psychologists, they are mental health counselors. And I think they get it in like substance substance use and abuse treatment, something like that. But I don't know because it's not a psychology specialty. I can look it up. Substance counselor.
Or falling.
They're
Maybe
called addiction counselors, and you can get a drug abuse counseling degree that can be accredited by CACREP.
AC9 says, "No, I'm not so sure this is going to work. You brought us here. I thank you for that. We are close. Assault formation. We are late. The battle has already begun. We're spotted intercepting fire. I hope this crazy plan works."
Is this us fighting drugs?
This is our moment. Defensive maneuvers. Young says, "So you wouldn't go to a psychologist for that?" I mean, you could, but that's more a counselor thing. Just wondering.
Yep.
Ground leader under fire. She is still young. Please, someone protect her. Do people really think like that in battle situations? Like, that other person is younger than me. I better go protect them. Like, as far as I can see, the only way you can protect them is like to sacrifice your life to save theirs.
I don't know. I've never been in a battle situation myself. I've never, like, that's not a thing that I would think people would commonly think, but like someone who is a veteran with a lot of experience might think that he needs to help out the new recruits. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I would expect, like, probably your survival instinct would be the main thing, right? To say, like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
I mean, you spend a lot of time in your training learning to override that survival instinct, so I suppose, but I don't think you'd just do it because you're just like, oh, that person who has the exact same amount of training as me has a, summer birthday and mine was in the winter.
And if you were a veteran and the other guy was like a noob, I'd be like, well, I have to protect myself because I'm the more valuable asset here.
Yeah, it might depend on how you assess your chances.
If only we had known all this. I wish we could go back to our first mission. Funkitron's Redeems asked me something technical. Greg is trying to fill a 16-ounce bottle with water. If Greg fills the bottle at 1 ounce per second and the bottle leaks 0.2 ounces per second, how long will it take for Greg to fill the bottle?
How big is the bottle?
16 ounces.
16 ounces and it fills up at 0.8 ounces per second?
Yeah.
That number times 16.
No, 16 divided by that number.
Yes.
This is a brain. We all have one inside our heads. It allows us to think, to remember, to imagine, to feel, to love. I think we touched on this in a couple 5 streams ago, so a bit of a while ago. But this idea that the brain is where you feel love is a recent innovation in our understanding, our beliefs, I guess. We used to think it was in our guts that we felt emotion, in our stomach.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's why there's a lot of like metaphors of like butterflies in your stomach and things like that. Or like,
Right.
you know, follow your gut or follow your heart.
Yeah, for a long time they thought the brain was just this weird gelatinous mass that cools your blood.
It has agents that prevent or provoke activity in many places so we can achieve our goals and dreams, enjoy life, and protect ourselves and those we love from harm. This area, in reality called DMPFC, is part of a network
Good word.
where the recognition of oneself is located, for example, that you are you.
DMPFC is the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex.
Where's the M?
Dorsal medial, sorry. Dorsal medial
That's what I
prefrontal cortex.
thought.
Sorry, I have the same left-right confusion.
I had prefrontal cortex, but I had no idea what DM was.
Yeah. It's dorsal medial. And like we do think it might be part of a network that involves self-recognition, but like this is all pretty speculative to be presenting like it's just fact.
That's pretty common in pop sci, I guess, right?
It is,
You
but
take
this is
something that's
like
like, we're
more
not sure, and
technical.
you just say
Usually
it
they're
is.
like the front part of the brain is where thinking and planning is done. That's usually about how serious localization gets. So this was just even more I don't know, intense localization than I thought it would do.
And the top of this structure, in reality called the DLPFC, helps us to be in control of ourselves. That's the dorsolateral.
Prefrontal cortex. Yeah. It does somewhat, yes.
Addictive drugs, including some legal and broadly used ones, trick us by making us feel pleasure while they hijack our control over ourselves and turn it off in unsuspected ways.
What?
Drugs can also take away the joy we experience with our family, our friends, the things we like, and awake a destructive force that could enslave us, sometimes making anyone's life a living hell, or even leading people to death. In this game of the saga, you will learn many of your brain's secrets, and then you will begin to understand the mystery of how and where it gets attacked by one of the most deadly and addictive drugs. That way you can learn the hidden dangers of trying drugs and better protect yourself and the people you love from drug addiction. Your future and the future of your loved ones is in your hands now. Continue. It's time.
What made you want to play this game?
It's one of the games on my review queue.
What does that mean?
I have a queue of games to review, and this is one of the games in that queue.
Does that answer the question?
Probably not, but I mean, you are aware I have alexithymia, right? So you know I can't actually answer the question you asked. And also I suspect that no human can actually answer the question you ask.
Okay.
What can happen between two cells when there are no drugs? Mission 0.0. I skimmed through a book. I can't remember if I bought it or not. I called That's Not What I Mean or something like that, and it's a book by a linguist on communication, social linguistic communication patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people who are use a more direct pattern and literal, and some people use a more polite and like giving people a way out type of thing. Like, you know, it says, "Oh, do you want to go to my sister?" And maybe they want, what they mean is, I want to find out what you want so that I can do the same thing as you. Or maybe what they mean is, I want to go to my sister's, and I'm posing as a question to see if you're willing to go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get very far in the book yet, so, but yeah, it seems appropriate given the ply that we just had between you and I moments ago.
A what?
Ply, like a turn or two turns in the conversation.
Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Okay.
Like, as asked, I'm like, you know, this question is completely impossible to answer, so I'm just going to make a random guess as to what Steph intends, and then answer that question instead.
Okay.
And that's my way of trying to be helpful, but without necessarily like calling attention and making it sound like I'm blaming her for asking a bad question or something like that, you know. This is making it better, making it more explicit what's going on, or is it making it worse?
I don't think I need that level of explanation. Do you? But I assumed you weren't providing it for me.
Yeah, I'm providing it for you. Okay,
Oh.
let me take even a further step up, or more. I don't even know if it's more meta or more concrete, which direction. I'm taking a step in some direction.
Okay.
There's like, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of silence tonight. How much of this is because I'm quiet, and how much of it is it because Steph is in a bad mood, and or am I overreading the silence and thinking there's a negative emotions when there isn't? Like this silence right now, for example.
I don't think I'm in a bad mood. I'm not in a good mood, but I don't think I'm necessarily in a bad one. This game seems like not a game. And so I was trying to figure out why we're quote unquote playing it. I think I forget that you feel some sort of obligation to play random games that people, I guess, I don't even know how it works. They just, like, strangers suggest them to you, and you, or people you know, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's strangers.
Strangers suggest them to you, and you feel like a obligation? Is
Yeah,
that
there is.
right?
I am entering into an obligation, consensually.
Okay, and how does that happen?
They there's like a website that matches people up, streamers and video game developers,
Okay.
and then they give you the game for free as long as you stream it. And it's like a form of advertisement, I guess.
Oh, like an ARC, like an advanced review copy for books.
I've never heard of that, but sure, yeah.
Okay. When you know, if you ever go on Goodreads, you'll see a lot of reviews that say, I was given this book free by the publisher in exchange for my honest review.
Yeah. I've
Oh,
never
okay.
seen that, but
See-
okay.
Okay. I did not realize there was it for games. So you have been given this game as long as you stream it live.
Yes.
Okay. And so that's why you feel obligated to do it. I couldn't understand where the obligation came from, because I'm like, why would we be obligated to, like, I didn't enter into some sort of obligation, and I don't think you ever have viewers on here who are like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see this game. So I didn't understand where it came from. So I think you assumed there was a meta intent in my question when I'm really just trying to figure out, like, wait, why are we playing this non-game game?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't think this is the answer to why we're playing this game, because I could just not enter into the obligation, right? With this.
I don't
particular
know.
game. Why? Okay, so I'm telling you, I could just not enter into this obligation.
Oh,
But
okay.
instead,
Why did you enter in
Yeah,
this
so that's
obligation?
the impossible question, right? Like, why do I do the things I do? So I'm gonna, like, instead of answering that, because that's an impossible question, I'm gonna just provide related information, and maybe that will satiate your curiosity.
Okay.
I find things interesting in general. I think that's something that, like, you find surprising about me or something like that. Like, when we talk about pandas or whatever, I want to be exposed to lots of things. Relatedly, and as an example, hi Jubilee, by the way. Relatedly, I've finished reading this book called "Is Math Real?" and it was, like, in my opinion, terrible. I hated the book, but I finished it because I'm trying to expose myself to viewpoints that I disagree with, because I think this is, like, a good epistemic practice, like, more like, I don't know about this, like, this book in particular, but in general, exposing yourself to viewpoints you don't necessarily agree with increases your odds of having true beliefs.
Okay. Did you dislike the book because you didn't agree with the premise, or because it's a bad book?
A bit of both.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
It's written by a mathematician, but I think they teach at a arts school, so they're teaching math at a school known for arts. I assume that's their description of the school. I don't know anything about their school, and they seem to fall into my stereotype, at least, that I have about liberal arts, I guess. Very woke and very truth is a subjective thing.
Gotcha.
Like, what I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the exact quotes now, right? But she's talking about how math, by going for, like, by focusing on proof and logic is gatekeeping against minorities, and and I'm like, I'm trying to understand what would a math that isn't proof based, I guess, isn't proof focused, like, what would that even be, you know? And I'm having trouble understanding that. So that's why I'm like, so the premise I don't like, and also, like, that isn't the core message of the book. I feel like I think what the author was trying to do is it's targeted at kids, sort of, who are, like, who feel like they're bad at math, and they're trying to reassure them that, you know, like, maybe you were just, you know, were taught the wrong way, because math is all around us, and math isn't just numbers, you know. You like, math is reasoning. Like, I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna make it sound like she's contradicting herself, I guess, because she's saying that math is, like, starting from axioms and then seeing where they lead you to, right? Which is basically using logic, and but then there's that whole thing about, like, but she doesn't like that it's so logic focused or whatever. I don't know. I had trouble with that book.
Yeah. It sounds like circular reasoning, signaling, railing ruling against something without giving even a plausible counterexample of what, like any
Yeah.
concrete details about what a counterexample would look like. Sure, yeah.
It's also like I don't know the name of this. Like, there's this thing called naturalistic fallacy, right, where you assume natural stuff is better.
Right.
She has this other thing, which I do think like other people have it, but it's just I don't know what the name is, which is assuming that maybe it's called noble savage or something like that. Like, is assuming the minority is necessarily better. Like,
Right.
the practice of the noble savage thing is the idea like in the North American Indians, right, or the Native Americans, like their way of life is like better than the like Caucasian Western imperial way of life or capitalism way of life, like objectively along all metrics. Whereas like there's a lot of technological progress that was achieved and a lot of like uplifting out of poverty via that were produced via like capitalism and like the quote unquote like white or Caucasian version of scientific progress
Right.
that did a lot of good. You know, they did some harm as well, but they also did a lot of good. And it's not clear to me that like I think on net it's good, you know, like developing vaccines or whatever, and so on. It's not clear to me that we can just say like, you know, this way of life is better than that way of life.
Right. And she has that, but for
Just anything not white, I think.
right. Right. There's a lot of stuff going around now that says that science, I mean, I guess since Foucault, right, since postmodernism pointed out that science can be used, even when it's so-called neutral science, to reify existing power structures, existing hierarchies, that you can use science to maintain the status quo, or put the thumb on the scale towards worse outcomes for people, or outcomes that maybe are opposed to human dignity. And that critique was a sort of reasonable critique during the postmodern period in the sort of 60s and 70s, Foucault, Lacan, that sort of thing. And it's been sort of divorced from critical thought and commentary, and is often presented in a very weak, weird form of like, science is just bad because many scientists have been white people, and white people are bad, and it's just kind of like a silly version of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be frustrating.
I mean, like, it's a little ironic because the thing is, like, the original critique is true. Like, it is possible to use
Right.
science to
Right.
abuse people. You know, like,
Absolutely.
but the ironic thing is, so now people like this author are taking this argument and then, like, which was a correct argument in its original context, and using it to abuse like people, you know, like abuse white people basically by saying they're bad, you know, and
Well, yeah.
in this new context where it's no longer necessarily true.
But it's also just like, it's lost any, I don't know, coherence or meaning. And that becomes very clear when you ask the question that you asked of like, well, what would be your alternative? Right? Like when you say like, oh, okay, you have some critiques of science. They sound a little shallow, but I see where they came from. Great. Okay, what are you proposing instead? And I do think there are some resources that have an answer to that question, but a lot of the discourse that's out there now is similar to this book in the sense of like they're just sort of like, well, you know, you should realize that math is all around or whatever, and you're like, well, sure. And what practically does that look like? How do you think that's not being done? What is your alternative? And they'll say things like, well, math is a particular way of thinking that anyone can be good at. And you're like, I don't think anyone said that it wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
And it just becomes this really odd argument that is mostly signaling, right?
Yeah. I don't think she ever, like you're saying, I don't think she ever proposes like, here's what I'm envisioning instead. But I think she
Right.
does hint at it because she focuses on this specific like conflict between Ramanujan is a very famous Indian mathematician, and he has like the perfect story for someone like this author, right? Which is that he grew up poor, had no formal training. Like I don't know if he graduated high school or whatever, but he happened to be like a math genius, and he met up with some other like traditional math professor. Happens to be man, happens to be white. I think he was a professor at like maybe Oxford or something like that. And that professor, Hardy was his name. Hardy recognized the genius in Ramanujan and decided to take him on as a disciple, I guess, in a sense, and then like, you know, like try to teach him everything that quote unquote Western math knows, and try to, you know, get fruitful knowledge from Ramanujan to contribute and advance the field. And there was a lot of conflict between the two, like in terms of ways of thinking, cultural conflict, I guess, in that sense. Because the way math is typically taught today, and I guess what the author calls like white math or white person's math, is very proof oriented, right? Like you have the like Euclidean axioms, and then what are the consequences of this, you know, from assuming that there exist lines and points and you can measure distances, you can derive like trigonometry or whatever, like all the laws of trigonometry, all the rules, and prove all this stuff. Ramanujan was very instinctual instead. Like this is her quote from the book. I didn't verify if this is true, but what she says Ramanujan would say, like when he says like, how, you know, he makes an assertion. He says, oh, you know, I know that there's this relationship between the prime numbers and the number pi, for example, like, you know, the sum of all the prime numbers approaches pi over 12 or something like that. And they would say like, well, how do you know that? Like, you know, like the idea is like Hardy would be like, okay, show me the proof. Like, how do I know that? And Ramanujan wouldn't have a proof. He would say, because the goddess whispered it to me. That's how I know.
God.
And the thing is, Ramanujan was a genius, right? So his assertions were usually right.
Right.
But you can't advance math that way. Like, it's just
right. Like, yeah. Sure, let's just teach everyone to listen, I guess, to the whisper from the gods.
Goddess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like it's frustrating for Hardy. I would imagine, right? Because because Ramanujan is right, you know, that his assertion is right, but like you can't do anything with that correct result without the whole edifice of proof, at least, you know, in the way that we understand math today. So like, you know, if I'm being very generous, like maybe her proposition makes sense and I'm just not seeing it. Like there is a way to do math that's not proof oriented, but I am not able to conceive of it. And the way, as far as I know, like almost all modern math is practiced today, it is proof oriented, and knowing the answer in a sense is not as important as knowing the steps, you know, the proof to arrive at the answer.
Right. And what it neglects is that like there's a whole history of understanding disciplines that involves helping novices and geniuses, depending on what you're looking at, better explain what they instinctually know, and like trying to help them say like, okay, let's make explicit what this expertise that you have, that you've learned through other memory and cognitive channels, like let's figure out how to make it explicit. And that is, I believe, done cross-culturally. I don't think that someone saying like, oh hey, okay, you know this thing intuitively, let's try to figure out how to formalize it, is a white person thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like the subject of every podcast. Like, right? You bring on an expert and you say, how'd you do that thing? And the other person's like, oh, you know, and tells some stories and stuff, and the other person tries to deconstruct it.
Yeah, but it's plausible that this is a modern thing. Like, I don't know anything. I know very little about, like, historical anthropology, so I don't know how, quote-unquote, other cultures used to think back in the days. But it's plausible that, like, today you will overwhelmingly encounter this style of thinking of saying, okay, how, you know, let's think about how do we know, like, rationality and things like that, because of how strong an influence Western culture has over the rest of the world.
Plausibly. And so if you want to say there's some art that's been lost, I mean, I would love to know more about it, because I don't think that that's true, but like you could maybe convince me. But B, like, if does that exist anymore? Like, is it usable? Is it transferable? Is it a skill that people know how to, right? Like,
yeah, this
like
is
if you
one of
want to
the-
be like, oh, this is a lost art that we've lost, and let's mourn it, that's fine. But if you want to be like, minorities instinctively know how to do this, and
Yeah,
white
like,
people are,
it's something I also, like, another complaint I didn't have a chance to get into, but I've
sure.
which is the whole, like, if we do adopt what she claims is Ramanujan's approach of, like, you know, have the goddess whisper the answer to us or whatever, it's like,
right.
for most people, the thing that the goddess whispers to them is wrong. Like, they're gonna get the wrong answer.
Is real wrong, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so let's just listen to Ramanujan's goddess. But then what happens when Ramanujan dies? We just stop progress in math. You know, like,
Right.
we and then we
Don't
get
we
into
want to
this,
take
like,
advantage of what he knows?
and then we get into this mode of, like, why do we know this theorem is true with math? Because Ramanujan said so. Like, you know, you were not allowed to question it.
No,
He said
it's
it's
a
true.
religion.
Yeah, exactly. He said it's true, and like, you know, even though he's been dead for 400 years or whatever,
Right.
we wrote it down in the book. This is what Ramanujan said, and this is what we're gonna teach and believe from now on. Yeah, like, that's like anti-math almost, you know, like.
Right. And honestly, like, that's what white people did for a long time. Like, they followed what Galen wrote down, the ancient Greek medical man, and he made some hilarious errors that were repeated for thousands of years, because everybody was like, well, that's what Galen said, so we're just gonna do that. And it finally took some anatomists who were like, what if we actually look and see if that's what the function of that organ or structure is? He included some organs that didn't exist and some that he didn't know about, some that do. And finally, like, for a long time, people didn't look, especially in women, because the male doctors weren't supposed to look for these things in female bodies, until finally the anatomists were like, well, maybe we should question it, because maybe some of the goddesses that whispered to Galen might have been wrong.
Yeah.
But that was a white thing. I don't know. Also, like you said, it does really get into the noble savage type trope, the sort of bigotry of soft expectations that, like, minorities can't do math as it is currently. And I haven't met a lot of people who are of a minority ethnicity in this country who like that sort of thing. Right? Like, I would not, like when they talk about women being less mathematically inclined, perhaps, than men or something, I don't, it doesn't make me want like a woman's math. I don't think that would be
Yeah, Julie says,
helpful.
I can't do math. I'm not technically a minority unless a woman is considered a minority. I think in the context of this conversation, it is.
Right.
It's not like a population minority, I guess, necessarily. But it's a minority in the sense that I guess there are like structural difficulties that women face in math. Like the stereotype threat, right? Of boys are better at math than girls type thing. And related issues like that make maybe the minority label apt. I know that trigonometry word is signed. Yes, I made you. I made Jubilee do a crossword the other day, and one of the answers was signed.
One of your crosswords?
Yeah.
Ah,
She solved it, by the way.
nice.
Okay. I was working. One of the reasons I'm so sleepy right now is because I was up till like 9 a.m. working on a crossword puzzle, and I couldn't get it ready for today, so I had to postpone
Oh no.
it. I got like 50% of the way through, and then I realized I misspelled the word, like in the answers.
Oh.
So when I fix that, that changes like all the other words, right? Like.
Right.
So then I have to basically throw away almost all of my old clues, and then and come up with new clues for the new words that now fit the puzzle.
Right. Or just be like, this one answer is misspelled.
Yeah, maybe I could. I'm annoyed because I feel like I had some really good. I can't remember them now necessarily, but I had some really good, like fun question mark clues. In that first set.
Right.
I got okay. How many letters? Let's see. 5 letters. Country album question mark.
Country album question mark.
This was one of the clues in the puzzle Jubilee did.
Did she get it?
Eventually, but I think she had a couple of perpendicular words.
I feel like the answer is going to be the name of a country somehow.
Okay.
That will also somehow relate to album.
Okay.
But I can't think of, like, I'm going through
all the 5-letter
countries, and I'm like Korea, Kenya, India, Yemen.
Well, give me a random
Chile.
number between 1 and 5, inclusive.
What'd you say?
Give me a random number between 1 and 5, inclusive.
4.
So 4th letter is an A, I believe. Yeah. So there's your perpendicular word that you got.
Gotcha. 4th letter is an A. That rules out China, India. Let's see. Nepal would be a possibility. Libya would not. Japan would be a possibility. But like, how would that be helpful?
Everybody knows about the Japan album.
Do they?
No.
Oh. Sudan. I don't know the answer.
Okay, give me another number.
5.
S.
Oh. Country album question mark. I'm afraid I need Jubilee to answer this one for me. What did she guess? I want her guess.
All right, Julie, if you're feel free to type in your guess. I guess she says you're gonna be so mad, Steph. The answer is a groaner, Steph.
I believe you.
Terminal button cap AC cell northern side of the Vision Islands. Okay, Julie says Atlas. And Atlas is a country album.
Like a photo album,
Yeah,
sort
of countries.
of? Alright. Good.
There's a storm coming. Do you know what an agent says at a moment like this? Of course, an agent should say, I am ready. No, when the storm arrives, an agent says, I am the storm. Jesus, exactly. So now we just grown Steph. Sorry, AC2. I know it was a silly joke. Ha 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 ha. I did not find it funny, AC2. It's usually hard to surprise you. Oh, I did find it funny. It's usually hard to surprise you. Hey, hey, ha ha. I have another surprise for both of you. A good one. I've been assigned to your first mission. I'm going with you. That is such good news. Welcome to the team. I want to ask you to join in for training. I know we should be waiting for the call for departure, but I want to practice our combat techniques. Do you want to train just when are we getting ready to go out on our first mission? Is this another joke? But we are next to the gym. Since I am the youngest agent, I have to train non-stop. Nothing is going to prevent me from becoming the best agent of all. Okay, go. We will follow you. AC1, wait a moment. I know we should support him, but AC9 just finished basic training. I wonder why he got called for a real mission. Do you think this is a good idea? Well, ever since he was little, he has always followed our footsteps. If he wants to be the best agent, we should support him. I don't know what's going on, but we should train with him so that he is better prepared. Besides, we're not doing anything just standing here. Let's go, AC2. This is how we can protect him. Oh, we can play co-op? Oh, co-op is a Kickstarter. So it's not co-op. We can't play co-op yet. New Game Plus usually has a special meaning in video games.
What does?
New Game Plus has a specific meaning in video games, which is it's usually when you beat the game. New Game Plus means you start from the beginning, but you keep all your power-ups, so you're like super strong in the beginning, and you just bully everyone. Like it's basically like you're no longer playing for challenge, you're just playing to fuck around.
Right.
But I don't think we've beaten the game, so I don't know what they mean by New Game Plus here. Enter our name. What should our name be?
Whatever you like.
Whatever UL. Sure. Atlas. Sorry, Julie. I didn't wait long enough to see your answer. Left joystick, where's your character?
So you brought up this Is Math Real book, I think to make a point?
That I consume all media almost. any media. You're like, why did you choose this game? Why did you choose this book?
But you must have some, like, there's an infinite number of books and games and stuff like that. You must have
Yes.
some mechanism.
Yeah, so for books, I like usually like on Amazon you can read the first 20 pages or something like that. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what the limit is.
10%,
I
I
read that
think.
and then see like, does it seem interesting?
Okay.
And it can be interesting even if I completely disagree with everything the book is saying.
Okay, but how do you find books to even pick to
Oh.
decide to do a sample of?
An algorithm gives it to me.
An algorithm, okay.
And I don't think it's even tailored to me. Like I think it's the same, everybody gets the same book, list of books.
Where from?
I think it's called BookBub or something like that.
Okay. It just gives an algorithm to everyone?
No, it runs an algorithm, and the algorithm is find books that are on sale, and it sends,
Gotcha.
I presume, the same list to everybody.
Okay.
And I'm like,
So
okay.
you
First I
look at
the
books that are on
price.
sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I decide if I want it.
Gotcha. And with games?
So I go to the website, which shows all the games that the developers are willing to give you for free if you stream them.
Okay.
And then I skip like horror games because
Okay.
even for free I don't want to play that. I don't like. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall back on my Lexitania, I guess, and use that as an excuse to say, and you know, use your imagination here for what happens next.
Like you don't really screen. Like as long as it meets the basic criteria of not being a horror game.
There's some games where when I look at this, I see the screenshot and I'm like, okay, it looks like complete garbage, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Gotcha.
But like, sometimes I do get games that like after playing it, I'm like, okay, that turned out to be kind of garbage.
Okay. But it has to be like quite identifiably garbage to not get put into your queue.
This one also sounded like it was going to involve the brain,
Okay.
social policies involving children,
Okay.
and I'm like, this is a perfect for a Steph stream.
Gotcha. I don't feel like I was asking ironically or implicitly. I think I did not understand that process
Yeah.
and was trying to ask about it. I apologize if my question was somehow oblique. I probably didn't know enough about what I didn't know to ask it in a way that was more recognizable, maybe?
Sure, but I still have my belief that the question as literally asked is impossible to answer. So I still think my current strategy is the quote unquote best strategy, which is I'm just gonna talk about like, things related to picking games, I guess, and then you'll gradually learn more about that process, I guess, but not the actual answer to your question.
Why is my question unanswerable?
Because I don't think anybody knows why they do what they do.
Okay. And it's despite the fact that we recognizably understand that question as tell me the likely incorrect narrative of why you do that so that I can better understand the process. I should have asked it that way instead.
Tell me the likely incorrect process. No, I don't think you should have said it like that, because I don't think I would understand what you were trying to get at with that one either. maybe something like walk me through, you know, what were the events that led to us playing this game from before the point you found out about this game's existence. Maybe something like that. I'm making a guess as to what your intentions are.
Okay.
But I'm assuming, and I don't know if it's correct, that it's like very much the process of selection that you're interested in. I guess, is that a behavioralist viewpoint? Like, you know, like we don't know anything about the internal states, but we can talk about what the observable actions were.
Yeah. That is radical behaviorism, yes.
I see you want to train. First, come here and warm up. Get closer to the climbing holds, press B and climb the wall to reach the platform. What is the climbing holds? Oh, maybe it's this with the arrows on it. Press B, they said. Oop. There we go. Jump into the pool and swim to the other side, or the other end. If you want to go deeper, you can press A, and you go up with B. This pool here?
Yikes.
With the same button, climb up the wall and get out of the pool. Press B near the barbed wire to go under it. To view the brain map, press back. You can zoom in and out of the map with the right stick. Explore the menu and its option with the left stick and A. Enter the map now. Okay. Enter the ring to practice your movements. Oops. Press X to block my attack. Oops, I'm facing the wrong way and the game froze. What the heck? It completely froze. I can't move it. I can't do anything now.
Yeah, frozen on my end too.
And he hit me in the back. Well done. Now press A to attack me. If you press it 3 times in a row, you can make special attacks to stun your opponent. Nice try. Now press B and move in any direction to dodge an attack or knock down your opponents. Then you can train with me. Don't worry, I'll avoid hurting you, but you can try to hit me without worrying. What
does this have to do with drugs?
I guess I was
Is this
thinking
a
something similar,
hallucination?
but I'm guessing that they need a gameplay aspect to it. And so if there is a gameplay thing, they have to teach the gameplay aspect. The game mechanics.
Okay.
And so that's what this is.
Okay.
Drew says, nope, I'm still going to ask a very pointed, why do you want to play this game as opposed to other games you normally play with Steph? Normal being games that involve more thinking. Well, maybe this involves thinking. We barely got into it. We got super distracted with, like, talking about the math book, for example. Well then, if you manage to come back, I would teach you more skills. To succeed, pay attention to the mission information. Now leave, your transport is about to land. Vesicle? Is that a biology term?
Yes.
Acetylcholine agents? We will call
Acetylcholine.
acetylcholine agents. We will call you by your code name AC. I'm Dark Threshold, but my code name will be DT, and I'll give you intelligence info. Since your training included locating unknown targets, you have been selected for a crucial mission. AC1 here. We hear you loud and clear, DT. Central Command is receiving info of a serious threat to the person we live in. The enemies exist, but it's unknown who they are, how they operate, and where. We are in the dark, thus Central decided to activate the Open Eyes protocol. It is said there's an ancient device that sends a signal through the brain that can unveil what lurks in the shadows. Your orders are to locate this device and find a way to activate it. AC2 here. The whole thing seems sort of unreal. Is there any reliable intel that this device actually exists? Magical things do exist in reality. True magic happens when we discover real things that are surprising. And as surprises go, I'm sure this mission will have plenty. I don't know what she means by that. That sounds interesting. We will find this mysterious device and find a way to activate it. Now listen, of the agents who go on missions, many do not even manage to return, but we believe that only between 5 and 10% achieve their objective. As this is your first mission, I want you to remember our motto: to help the person we live in, you must work as a team. That is pretty grim. You're on your first mission, you're like, by the way, the survival rate here is 5 to 10%.
That's also an odd use of the word "but." Of the agents who go on missions, many do not even manage to return, but we believe that only...
At least 5 to 10%, so it's not as bad as you might have thought.
Right.
AC9 here. I may be the youngest agent of the team, but I know our model by heart. What I don't understand is this: why do you think only that small percentage of agents achieve their mission? In the terrain you're going, beyond the limits of our cells' reach, something happens that we don't understand. Agents that survive that area seem to lose a part of themselves. We've heard rumors. Although they can be rehabilitated, they don't remember what happened to them during the mission. But a few remember we did it during the altered state in which they returned. And even once we're rehabilitated, they assure it, but without knowing how. It's pretty mysterious. They're using the Ramanujan technique, I guess, for knowing whether or not the mission succeeded. That, plus a small percentage of success, worsens the situation because this mission cannot fail. That's why we're sending as many agents as we can. There are 2 other very experienced team members traveling ahead of you. Roger that. Give us the mission parameters. This is a stealth operation. You should encounter wildlife, but we don't know if the enemies are there, or if you will encounter other foes and what they are capable of. So keep using your codename, AC, but don't use your full name. Acetylcholine? I already forgot how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine. As the other AC team ahead of you must convince... as the other teams ahead of you must continue moving if they need to communicate, they will do so by leaving coded info that only you can solve. See, Julie, there is some thinking involved in this game. Finally, the code name for the artifact you'll be looking for is Darkness Breaker. Understood. Where's the extraction point? She's like, haha, what do you mean extraction point?
We've never had to extract anyone.
Go back to the deployment's direction and you will find transport at the border, outside the mission zone. I hope you all come back alive, but your only priority is to find the device and activate it, whatever it is. Good luck. Au revoir. We will see you soon. End of transmission. You will be deployed at the end of our cell's territory. Reviewing CA++ signal. Landing accomplished. Good luck, AC agents.
Why do you think they need code names?
So that the enemies don't discover something.
What would they discover?
Their
also, aren't some of the
codenames.
enemies wildlife?
Yeah, we can't let those wildlife discover our code names.
No, I think you can't let them discover your real names. That's why you're using code names.
No, we're using coded code names. That's why
Oh,
we're called
right.
AC rather than using our code names, which is
Code
acetylcholine.
abbreviations. Right.
Reminds me of Homer Simpson. Is like he wants to tell a secret, but he doesn't want to tell who it's about. So
Right.
let's call the person L. Simpson. No, wait. Let's call her Lisa S. There we go. Look, there's a dog tag in those remains. We already knew we weren't the first agents to come into this area. You think this agent never found a way back to the camp? There's another possibility. What if this is one of the agents that just arrived here? No, these remains are a bit old for that, but half of them are missing. Who or what could have broken
What?
down this agent?
half of the agent is missing?
Yeah.
Do they mean 5 to 10% of the individual agent?
I think
Like
it's
just
more
like
like
your foot?
50%. What the? Something happened to your head, AC2. That bird took a lock of your hair. Hee hee ha ha ha. It might have a nest close by which it is trying to protect. Regardless, this is not important. Losing a lock of hair or any other superficial thing made by a small animal won't prevent us from achieving our mission. True, but it will affect
Inside
our
our brain?
dignity level. Besides, there is no need to go back bald to camp or worse, so let's dodge small animal attacks, okay? Dignity matters, AC2, haha.
Are we inside a brain?
I think
Why are
so.
there birds inside of a brain?
I think we're at the edge of a cell, like I guess the cell wall boundary maybe. We're about to leave the cell and go out and I don't know what AC
Or,
does,
like across
but I
the
think we're gonna like,
across the synapse?
yeah, I think we're gonna trigger a signal in some part of the body to quote unquote activate the darkness breaker, which is maybe just
So this
opening
is-
our eyes.
An understanding. Oh, I see. So this is trying to understand how neurotransmitters work through extremely elaborate metaphor.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Look, there's a message here. The area agents must have left it. It says, we are special agents that carry out missions like... Oh, am I supposed to prove that I was paying attention?
Yeah.
I guess maybe the first one. I don't know.
Yeah. That's our motto.
This says, then you should take the right side of the road. Oh god, so we don't even know if we picked the right one or not. Okay, I guess that means this path is blocked and now we're going to the right. Oh god, a snake! How do I fight again? Wait, I'm pressing fight, but it didn't work. I guess I don't have a weapon equipped?
You're supposed to dodge small animals for now. To preserve your AC dignity.
It seems you answered the coded message correctly. It's great you're with us. Oh, so we did get it right.
You don't answer a coded message.
Is that a drug? Oof. It was dark, but wasn't it AC-46? AC-46? I don't know him, but he went out to chase something that hit him. He was already one of the most skilled agents when AC-2 and I started our training. I can't believe someone surprised him. Let's approach carefully. They have an interesting numbering system if AC-46 was an experienced agent when AC-1 joined the force.
Yeah. Time goes backwards or something.
Tell us, AC-2, what do you see? There are agent marks against this tree, but I don't see how he got to it. AC-9, tell us again what you saw. Couldn't see what it was, but something attacked AC-46 and moved towards a river, and then AC-46 went after it. But none of this makes any sense. Why did he greet us like that, standing in the middle of a stealthy mission? Because it was not a greeting. He risked being discovered to give us an urgent signal. Even under a shadow, AC-46 wouldn't be standing if he sensed danger. If we feel there's something suspicious, we crouch. So should I crouch? Did that work? No, the bird's still attacking me even while I'm crouched. What the heck? Look, another message. This one says, what do you know about turning on the darkness breaker and where? We know what to do, but we don't know the location. We know where to go and what to do when we find it. We are not sure where it is, but we'll figure out what to do if we find it. I feel like C is what we need to do. Is the most accurate. I don't know if it's C or A. I mean, we definitely don't know the location, right? But I'm not sure if we quote-unquote know what to do. Because we're told to activate it, but I don't know if that counts as knowing what to do, or if the game is like, well, you don't know how to activate it, that means you don't know what to do.
Yeah, I guess C.
This says, then you should take the right side of the road. Okay.
You mean the correct side of the road?
Wow, that animal is on the other path. Your choice saves our lives. What animal? I don't see an animal in there. Oh god! What is that, a cat?
A raccoon, I think.
Me and raccoons have a history. Hey, like a campfire. There's someone ahead. Let's approach carefully. Should I crouch? How come they have weapons? I don't have weapons. Where's my weapon? Everyone here has weapons except me. Hi, Cax. Rose saying I threw a trash bag on a raccoon once. How's the stream going? It's going okay. We got a little distracted with just chatting topics, but I guess that always happens anyway. It's an ambush. Defend yourselves. Oh, I do have a weapon now. Wait, how do I fight again?
I think A.
Yeah.
If you push it 3 times in a row, you can do a special attack.
The thing is, I'm used to that button, like A being for jumping. And X usually is attack in most games I play, but here X is block.
Are we just hitting them with our sword, but not cutting them?
It's a baton.
Oh, it's a baton. Okay.
And they don't die, they just like walk away in resignation like that when we defeat them. How are you? Are you a bad guy? Oh, guess not. Hey, stop! We are Agents AC2. We left you coded message so you could follow us with no harm. What? Are you Agents too? Then why did you ambush us? AC-46 gave us a signal that something was lurking around here and then he vanished, so we decided to lure that thing out instead of being sitting ducks waiting for an attack. A campfire in this clearing was perfect for laying an ambush. But when you showed up in the darkness, we thought you were the enemy. Fortunately, none of us could have been neutralized in this fight since we are all AC agents with the same objective. Agents with the same objective can't neutralize each other in combat? I don't understand, but I'll act normal now and think about it later. Well, don't worry, AC6. It would be very difficult to neutralize me, who will soon be the very best agent of all. But why did the others retreat to the cave? If we were not effective in combat here, we would have wanted the enemy to chase us into the cave to trap it. Also, if we spread out here, we would lose the advantage of working together. Good thinking, AC6. But apparently there are no enemies around here. Find the others and tell them what happened. We have to find this artifact and get back as soon as possible, and we've wasted enough time here already. AC6, gather the other agents while we move forward to explore the terrain. We will try to make the way easier for all of you, just as you did for us. Wish us luck. I'm getting a little bit lost in the story.
Yeah.
But I think we're supposed to find an artifact or something. Oh, jump scare. Did he just shit on my head? Look at this.
Yep.
Oh, some wolves also. Shh, wolves. I don't see a way to move stealthily, so we may have to face him. AC9, take this message with you. Answer it as you return to the fork on the road and leave it for others to go right. Hey, I was getting ready to write the coded message, and I'm smart enough to do it, you know? He knows, AC9. That's why he trusts your answer. You know what would happen to the other team if you get this wrong? Go, we'll move as soon as you come back. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I have to solve this. For the other agents to take the path to the right, the key code is, even if we fought amongst ourselves, we wouldn't neutralize each other because, and the answer is, we have the same goals. Right? That's what he just said 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I hope I was not wrong, because if the other teams suffer, or if they need them to be strong later on, all of us might be in trouble. Hey, I'm back, let's go! So I just need the whole rest of the game with shit on my head.
How's your dignity score?
No, it's good. Oh, I kept bashing block, because...
Oops.
Yeah, get out of here. And don't come back. Good thing these wolves appear to be peaceful. I feel like maybe we're supposed to go to this tree, maybe? Or behind it? Shh, there are more wolves over here. It seems they detected a smaller animal and they are approaching to attack it. Was that a squirrel?
Yikes. You don't look
Oh,
so
it's like a
good.
puppy, I guess. Yeah, because some bad shit on my head. How am I supposed to look when that happens? I can't just touch it up with mascara or whatever. I was wondering if you were going to intervene, but AC1 will let us know next time before you do it? What do we have here? It looks like a wolf cub, but it's a bit hairy to be this small, and it's alone and vulnerable. Agents, we have to do something.
It's a bit hairy to be this small?
Yeah. You can't be this hairy if you're gonna be that small.
I think I can.
We are here to do what is necessary, right? Well, this wolf cub looks weak, and I don't see his parents nearby. What can we do? Okay, this is why there's only a 5 to 10% success rate, because these fucking agents get distracted and fuck around with baby wolf cubs instead of activating the artifact. Given the situation, the safest place for it right now is our mission's backpack. Very resistant and waterproof. Put it in mind until we find its parents. Yeah,
Like,
put
why
a
are we
wild
working
wolf,
at
a feral wolf into my backpack.
This is not a good plan. Like, don't put a wolf in your backpack just because your backpack's waterproof. That's weird.
Surely its parents aren't gonna be pissed off when it sees me carrying it around.
Well, once you tell it that your pack was waterproof, they'll be assuaged.
That was close. I have to admit that we got a bit lucky with those wolves. Now, if you two are ready, let's move on. Agents, wait. What's wrong, AC2? Why am I the only one who's like scratch and there's bad shit and there's like I don't even know what that green stuff is.
What is
above
that
my
green
eyebrow.
stuff? Why did a different animal's shit on your face?
Everyone else is like completely pristine, you know?
Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't see anything. There's zero visibility on both roads. That might be normal on this mission, but there is more. Both paths make me feel
Like a woman.
uncertain. I feel that way too. I think exploring the unknown makes us feel that way. To decide which path to take, we can use my lucky coin that I fortunately have with me. Skull or lightning? I choose skull. Haha. I guess I can't avoid this. Okay, if it's lightning, we take the left. But seriously, we must trust our sense of direction, because we won't see far ahead. We will need it now.
Why would you say I choose skull? Like, what does that mean?
Skull or lightning? Of the,
Yes,
the
yes,
side
I
today.
understand one side, like, but like, if you said like, oh, we can flip a coin, I choose heads.
Yeah, so then you flip it.
And
we see
then
the
it's heads,
coin.
and...
And then it was, oh, we should have pre-committed on which side.
Yeah, yeah.
No, first I say heads, we flip it, we see it's heads, and I say, okay, so I choose left. Show me the coin.
Why not just go left if you want to go left?
Okay, AC1, you won. Let's see what is waiting for us on the right. Skull, says Jubilee. Am I even going right? I don't know what fork they're talking about. I don't see a left and a right path. I do see like a poison cloud. It's gotta be this way, right? I mean, there's no... It's not... Oh, this is what they're talking about. In here... So we're going through the poison cloud? Okay. I mean, if that's what the game tells me to do. But what is the smell? Calm down, AC9. I've read that when there are a lot of bats resting around, piles of poop form quickly and the smell is a bit unpleasant.
Ask my face.
Piles of bat poop? I hope that's all there is. Okay, as you know, well, I am ready for anything. Good, because if something else did this, it would be less friendly than a group of bats. Anyway, this will test our movement control and navigation skills. Let's move forward carefully. Sure, let's continue.
Like, I don't think the problem with a cloud of poison gas is that it might test your navigation.
Wait, there must be so many bats here, the air is already toxic. Hold your breath and run without stopping. Oh shit.
Is it possible the gas is something else? No? We're pretty sure on bat poop?
Well, you just sniff it, right? And you say, oh yeah, that smells like bat poop.
Why does that arrow point the other way? Oh, I guess it is pointing that way. Okay.
This fucking bird, get away from me! My dignity, please!
On your head getting bigger?
Yeah, like there's two bat poops now, or like one bat poop and one bird poop on my head now.
Are you the source of the smell?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Do the bats slow you down?
Yeah, every time the bat shows up, I have to stop walking for a bit, or like... Look at my fucking face! We hardly got out of there, I'm exhausted. I'm fine.
Only 5% of you is coming back.
I feel strange. There's no doubt we advanced a lot, but I lost track of where we are. Let's rest for half a millisecond, and then we move on. Half a millisecond later. Agents, good thing we found you, but it seems you aren't doing very well. Everyone lying on the ground, this looks like a crime scene. What happened to you? Look at my fucking face! I got a black eye now! Can't even keep my eyes open! Good to see you. We had to rest for half a millisecond, but now we are fine and ready to move. And you? Was the left side of the road good for you? We had to walk slowly and carefully, so it took us a while to move forward. How did it go on the path on the right? It didn't go fucking well!
Pretty dignified.
This game is too scary for me, says Jubilee. It was dangerous, but we got here fast. It seems that we were lucky in finding each other. So we got here fast, they got here slow, but we got here at the same time.
Great.
Let's take advantage
They
of our
got
luck
here
then.
half a millisecond after us.
Tell us if you see anything up ahead while we watch your back from up here. The darkness breaker shouldn't be far away. Can someone else go first? Like, instead of me always going first? It's fucking... Jeez. Well, I bet you all guess it. There are two roads ahead. One leads to the river, and to the right there is an old bridge. What do we do? Although we move through water easily, if the area around the river is wide, a single group would have to cover a lot of ground. On the other hand, the bridge seems to lead into a narrow area between the mountains. Very well.
Is that useful information?
As the six of us avoid the pack of wolves thanks to the clue you left, and we feel strong, we can take the area by the river. You three, good luck and stick together. Teams 3, 5, and 6, 8. Let's go.
3 through 5 and 6 through 8, I think.
Maybe, but maybe it's a team called 3, 5, and the other team called 6, 8.
Well, there's 6 of them, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Are we one? No, but we're... Okay, we're like 1, 2, and 9 or something like that? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It all works out. We are 1, 2, and 9, and they are 3 to 8.
Except for 7.
Listen, bro, they all got their hair done, and you didn't, so you gotta have yours messed up. My super... Like, hang on. Not on the screen. I can't rotate, but... Look at it. I got this ponytail thing going on, see? Also, there's these shit on my pants, I just realized.
Or you did. Something.
And, like, my... Like...
They're ripped at the back of the knees.
And
yeah.
also under my
the arm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
torso part under the arm.
Yeah. You look bad, dude.
Oh god! No, let someone else take the lead! God dang it! No, you gotta stop shitting yourself. It wasn't me! It was the bats! Oh,
Yeah, it was the bats. That's what everyone says. Is that a lobster? What is that?
It's a crow, but
Oh, alright.
I didn't trigger it yet. You go first! You guys go! It plays the stab chord every time I walk over.
Just suck up your dignity and go get crapped on.
Yeah, no, why is me? Why is he going for me? Why did he go for the other guy who went first? Oh god, the bridge is breaking. I think we're in zombie territory. Is he a zombie? Wow, this place is a little gloomy. And I'm already worried about the wolf cub. The parents aren't here either. I just got worried too. That road is huge. Even if swimming is just natural for us, whoever goes that way will not be able to complete the mission. Shall we go back to warn the other agents? Although the river seems bad now, we don't know if any path is safe. We should keep our eyes open to find the darkness breaker and look for the others on our way back. I would love to warn them, but this time, we should trust our capabilities. Let's continue on this path so there is no place left unexplored. But let's be careful, this place doesn't seem right. Oh, fucking bats! Get the fuck... Just an infinite stream of bats. Oh, there we go. Another one! Shit on those guys! Shit on those guys, not on me! Is there even something I can do about this? Because look, my fucking dignity is almost at 0. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this thing.
Avoid the animals.
Dang it! Get the...
Yeah, I guess you can crawl.
Well, a very interesting place and everything, but I already found the exit. This way. Oh no, it's drugs! Oh, Nebu, I bet they love you so much they're marking their territory? That must be it. What is that? This is dangerous. This creature cornered us, and now we have to fight it. This is the moment to prove my worth. By pushing us into the river? What the? Oh. Goodbye, dear friends. No, he was the youngest one too. It can't be. I'm so sorry. Is AC9 really dead? I'm not sure. Let's go back to look for him. Oops. Ah! Go away. See, this is why I hate nature. You know, Steph always tries to get me to go on hikes. This is what happens when you go on hikes.
This is exactly what happens when you go on hikes. This is a new educational program called Don't Do Hikes.
I hear the cord stab, but I don't see where the animal is. Oh, he's behind the tree. This is it. Like, I'm at 0, so this bird's gonna shield me. I'm gonna die from lack of dignity. Oh, it's actually a snake, not a bird. Really? I've gone in nature before and haven't had experience. So, there are 2 types of people who go on hikes. See, there's the person on the left and there's the person on the right.
Right.
There's no one here. Did you see anything useful? There's a trail leading to the river. If AC9 escaped, the creature is after him. Although that's a very strong monster, it may not swim very fast. If so, there's hope. What do you think? The other agents also went down that river in that direction. If AC9 is okay, he should be near them by now, and he'll be able to warn them. But even if there are many agents, I don't think they can do much more than run away. Damn it. AC9 must be far away by now, and we cannot follow his trail through the water. We wasted time feeling sadness, and we can no longer help him. You got those weird eyes you get right before you lose focus. Remain calm. Oh yeah, look at her eyes. She's like enraged. Or you might make a mistake. We have to finish what we started. There's a lot at stake here. But how can you... Oh, excuse me. Give me a moment. At least there's hope that AC9 is okay. I'm already starting to feel more focused. Alright, let's end this ourselves. Kak says, I mean, I went apple picking in the mountains. Aside from being a shitload of bees and other bugs, I just didn't bother them and I was fine. Then why are her eyes red? Because she's angry that AC9's dead? Or sad, I guess, maybe? I don't know. I'm alexithymic. I don't understand emotions. Remember when we played Who's Lila or something like that? Or Where's Lila? I forget what the name of the game was. And we had to like... Wait, what? I can't climb up the thing? And I can't jump either. Can I? Is there a jump button?
I think there was. Wasn't there?
Well, he's jumping. He jumped on my head.
Yeah.
How do I jump?
B?
B is crawl, apparently.
Mm.
Is this not where I'm supposed to go then? Or it is, but the game's bugged. Because didn't like, narrative-wise, didn't the bridge collapse or something? But it's still here now, but it just like slanted downwards a little bit, so now I can't actually walk up the slope. We played this game called Who's Lila? I think it was called that. I can't even jump off because I see there's like a stairway into the water there, so I want to jump into the water to get there, but I can't. We play a game called Who's Lila, and you're like, I don't know if you're alexithymic. I mean, they never actually said that, but you don't understand emotions or something like that. So it's in the game you have to, like, it shows a picture of your face with the mouse. You have to drag your facial muscles, and then like you'll talk to people, and then it'll be like, oh, you know, this is a situation where you should smile. So you try to click on your lips, like the edge of your lips, and drag them upwards so you look like you're smiling. And if you don't like do the right facial expression at the right time or quickly enough or whatever, people think you're creepy, and they avoid you, and bad things happen. Maybe you get bullied and stuff like that because you're a student at school, basically. So yeah, it was basically an accurate simulation of my life. Wait, how did he get there? He got into the water. I want to get into the water too. Is that a map, right? Is this map actually used for anything, or is it just like a map of the entire brain? And oh, what the heck was that? Self-control. Kek says, man, that's not fair. My facial expressions are funky and people didn't react like I was weird. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. At the start of the game of Who's Lila, there's a little tutorial mode where the guy, he goes into his bathroom and he's looking in the mirror and he's like practicing, rehearsing his facial expressions, I guess. And he's like, for example, he says, let's say a puppy just died. What facial expression should I make? And then you can like make him smile or something, and you know, and then the game just keeps going on because there's no one to, you're just alone in your bathroom, so no one's there to tell you if it's the right facial expression or not. Freaking. What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to figure out how to jump.
Did you make them smile? I think I did, but I also made them, like, we had to do multiple playthroughs because we kept losing or dying or something like that. The game gets weird towards the end. There's like magical realism or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a part where like we went into like a furnace or something like that, and there was a machine, like, but it was like our mom or something, and then like there was a janitor who was trying to kill us, I guess.
Yeah.
And he chased us into there, and then the machine mom killed him to protect us, right? And
you know,
the janitor was trying to kill us because he was like, where's Lila? Don't tell me Lila chose you instead of me. And then he got super jealous and outraged. And we still don't even know who the fuck Lila was, you know, like that whole thing.
we were good at the game. obviously.
No, it's supposed to be confusing, I think. Like, you get, like... You slowly piece together that Lila... Or you slowly... Here's the other thing. There's another girl called Tanya, whose portrait is exactly the same as Lila. So the whole game you're thinking, so is Tanya Lila? Are they the same people or are they different people? And apparently Tanya died. And maybe you killed her, but it's unclear.
Right.
And so, as a player, you're trying to piece together who's Lila, and all these people are saying these weird things to you. And also, you're trying not to come off as too creepy. That's why you keep trying to do the facial expressions so you can talk to people and try to figure out what's going on in the story before they stop talking to you or try to kill you or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what to do now.
Learn how to jump.
I went into the menus to see if there was like a list of controls, but I didn't see anything like that. It was just volume and language. What if... Hear me out, says Cax, okay? You press every single button on the keyboard. I'm using a gamepad right now. And I am pressing every button on the gamepad. So here's A, here's X, here's Y, here's B, which makes you crawl. Here's right trigger, here's left trigger, here's right bumper, here's left bumper, here's L stick, here's R stick. Here's start, and here's select. Button combos, oh god. Just
Can you go
mashing
back
every-
to the training area to relearn it?
Well, I remember what the training said. There was no actual jump. There was like hold B to climb, for example, and also hold B to crawl. And like jumping in the pool was just walking off the edge. So it's not... Oh wait, the arrow's pointing this way! I was going the wrong way the whole time. This thing goes into the spider webs. So we weren't supposed to go to the bridge. Can you go first? Seriously, like... He's not gonna go first. I'm gonna have to walk through the spider webs.
Yep.
Oh god, now the spider is here. Oh, is that the darkness breaker stone?
I don't know. We'll know what to do when we find it.
AC receptor. I'm an AC. Is it gonna recept me? Get spidered. Look at the stone. There's something written on it. The sacred wall is the beginning of another cell. Warning. Only those with affinity to the receptors may produce their activity. Yo, dead bodies, yep. Look at this mountain wall. This thing should be one of the receptors we just read about. It must be the darkness breaker. Wait, the receptor is the darkness breaker? That wasn't what I thought. I think so too, and there's something written on it. If to see the world and its dangers you wish... The way it's written, I thought it was gonna rhyme, but I can see the next word is unlatch. Oh, but unlatch rhymes with match, okay. The first step is to have your eyelids unlatch. You will move the sky with your hands if the first two of us with them match. What? If the first two of us?
Good.
I don't know what that means. The scripture on the stone said only those with affinity to the receptors may produce their activity. Those is plural, which means that no one, while being alone, might be able to produce the effects that this receptor was made for. And
This is not...
do you see the letters and the handprints next to them? It seems that if our hands match those prints, we have affinity with this receptor. Let's choose the first two of these letters and the handprints next to them and place our hands on top. Are you ready? What do you mean by the first two? Like alphabetically? Like A, B?
Look, are you ready or not?
If to see the world and its dangers you wish, the first step is to have your eyelids unlatched. You will move the sky with your hands if the first two of us with the match. So I get A and A maybe are the first two? The two ones that say A?
Okay. Okay.
Did we do it? I just love it if I'm just covered in shit the whole game. Like the entire game,
Yep.
it just stays there.
Yep. Dignity.
Oh, is that the eyeball? And it's sending like
Because the lids are unlatching.
sending something to the visual cortex, I guess, and now all the neurons are activating or something.
Sure.
We activate the receptor and the clouds moved. I hope we accomplished the Open Eyes mission and the signal of the legend went through the world, unveiling what lurks in the shadows. I hope so too, but we have to remain focused here. This isn't over yet, not until we find AC-9 and we go back safely. Yes, but I have to say, that was amazing. We did it. Let's go. Look at this frog here. You think it's dangerous?
Yes.
Also, why is there like grunting in the background? Oh shit, there's
I
a
think
million
it's
frogs.
literally saying ow.
Why is there a health bar over here? Agents, good to see you. I see you also found the darkness breaker. It turns out it's really called Receptor. There are several of them in this ancient mountain wall and we activated one of them. We also activated this one a moment ago, but we have bad news. We were flanked by 2 green monsters in the river, and in the midst of the chaos, 2 agents went into a swirl and 2 more got caught. What a tragedy. And forget that shit, what about AC-9? Have you seen them? No, we haven't seen any signs of them. No one should stay here any longer. Let's go to the extraction point right now and report everything to Central Command, if we survive. That's... Hey, listen up. There's more than one receptor here and I didn't understand why, but hearing that you two also activate one at the same time as we did, I think I get it. Having several receptors makes sense if the effects of activating one is added to the effect of activating another. And for sure it's better if the third one also activates. AC5 and AC6, do you want to do it? Go, there's no time to waste. That's interesting. While AC5 and I activate the last receptor and secure the mission, you guys head back to the extraction point. We will see you soon. What are you doing, AC2? Why did you encourage them to leave? Even if what you say is true, the 4 of us already activated 2 receptors and we said we would look for AC9 and the others. The more we are looking for them, the better. We would only waste time. For each team of agents, the mission is above all else, but since they know now they don't need us to fulfill it, we can go ahead and have more time to find AC9. Let's go. Okay, good luck.
Good question.
Yep.
What?
Oh, fuck! He's gone? Okay, good. This patch of leaves here has bats in it, I just know it. Oh god. Oh, sucker punched. Oh, and eaten. Goodbye. AC-46! The monster swallowed him! Caxus, ah yes, the best question. What? Come on, let's keep moving. Where am I moving to? Do I cross this river? Looks like it. Harrybot doesn't have a baby face anymore? This game's for babies. Oh wait, it does, yep. Oh no! Drugs! At the beginning of the mission, agents in our brains are transported to the edge of their cell and they try to reach the wall of another one to find a receptor they don't have the location to, activate a receptor and produce an electrical signal. Options A and B are part of the mission. I guess C, right?
Sure.
Isn't that wasn't that your test taking advice? Whenever there's
Yes.
one answer that's different from all the answers, others pick that one.
Yes. Yes.
Well done.
You did not answer my question.
What?
Just what? What is
Yeah.
happening? Why is happening? What and why is
Because we
this
had
happening?
to activate the darkness breaker.
Why? What is
That's
the point
what
of this game?
That girl said to tell us to do. I don't know who she is, but she
How
seemed
is any of this
important.
related to drugs?
Literally drugs are chasing us right now. How can you say it's not related? Look, 2 drugs on screen right now as we speak.
I mean, conceptually, how is this related to drugs in any way?
The agent's affinity with a receptor means that a part of them fits into that part of receptor. I guess that's true, right? Isn't this something like what are they getting at here? They're talking about like on proteins encode like a
Talking about
chemical,
neurotransmitters, I think.
and then like there's only one chemical, like they bond chemically, right? That's what the receptor is because like of the shape of the protein or something.
Yeah, it's like a key fitting into a keyhole. Yeah.
Well done. The monsters are falling behind. Oh, I see. Like the better we do this quiz, the faster we run. Or sorry, the monsters
Oh,
run.
sure. It's a knowledge chase.
I mean, this is all happening in the brain, so that makes sense, right?
No. There are bats.
If you're thinking faster, your neurons run around faster in your brain. That's everyone knows that's how it
No.
works.
No.
Your little feet move like
No.
back and forth faster.
No.
They can cover more ground.
Inaccurate.
The activity of the agents on the receptor means they can activate it, and that generates an electrical signal. Probably. That sounds good to me. What do you think?
Whatever.
Well done. The monsters are falling behind. See, our little feetsies are running as fast as they can.
Whatever. Your neurotransmitters look like shit.
AC agents can definitely fail the mission and also fail to return to their cell cap. If before activating the receptors they face the monster, take the wrong directions like going into water swirl and leave the mission area, and B are both reasons to fail and unable to. Yep, that sounds like Steph's test taking tip.
Yeah.
Well done. Monsters are falling behind. Oof, we've lost them for a moment. AC1, those trees were near the landing zone. We have to jump. How does jumping help us get to those trees? Oh, like across a chasm. Chasm? I thought you
Chasm.
meant jump and then fall into the water below. What the heck? Is that an Asian embryo? That he just puked up? I guess that's the Spanish exclamation points. Yeah, at first
Yeah.
I thought it was like IA. It's just AC9, AC9. Whoa, what happened? Where? See, this is Steph.
Yeah. 100%. Now this game's getting realistic.
There are more agents who also look like the few who have made it back to camp in the past. I bet they don't know who they are and what happened to them. And neither do we. We have to help them. Let's take them with us. Put them in my backpack. It's waterproof. AC transporter. We found a transporter. Let's get them in there. I mean, one of them looks like a literal zombie, so I don't know if it's a good idea to bring it back. Agents, if you hear me, don't give up. One of them looks like he's gradually turning, and one of them looks like she's completely turned already. Agents, you made it back. Are you okay? AC5, AC6, and AC9 don't remember who they are or what happened, and we lost the others, including AC46, who put himself between us and the monster. A what? Okay, let's focus. First, the agents that are with you will be taken care of at the camp. In addition, transporters will patrol the area on the edge of our cell, searching for the others. Now, who can deliver a brief version of the mission report? AC2 briefs DT on the details of what happened and what they learned. I see. In short, there are 3 key points. 1. The terrain. Unless you go in the wrong direction and leave the mission area, like going into a swirl, you will find a receptor sooner or later if you can keep looking for it. 2. The monsters. They are the ones who take away your memory of what happened in the mission. But after that, they might leave you wandering near the safe zone of our cell. However, it is still unclear why they do this. And 3. The receptors. When your hand fits into a part of the affinity, they activate and produce an electric current that moves towards the top of the mountains, and after overflowing it with electricity, the clouds move. Here's one last thing. By sheer luck, AC5, AC6, and the 2 of us activate the 2 receptors almost at the same time. It may be that you have to activate several receptors for their combined signals to be enough to activate the mountain stop. Interesting. I have been transmitting your report to Central Command, and now I need you to listen to a message I just got. When the agents succeed in the Open Eyes mission, something happened. When the clouds moved, a beam went through the brain, revealing a mysterious temple with an ancient command station that operates with an old form of electricity, just like the one the agents generate by activating the receptors. If the agents can power up that ancient station, we might find more clues as to how the enemy operates in the brain. This will help us protect the person we live in. Roger that. We want in. We're not going to stand by when the agents who came here have risked everything to collect the information we have. I wish we could have done something to protect them. Agents, thank you for everything. When the mission arrangements are ready, I will send the starting signal. In the meantime, I'll leave you with your trainer. He also heard the details of the mission and has the performance analysis ready. DT out. Alright, the trainer's communication is coming in. I think we'll be fine. The way you look, it seems like a miracle you're here. But the most important thing was your use of the mission details, and it was excellent. Keep it up, agents. Dignity level, last range. Level of correct answers, first rate. I guess like this is like quartiles or pentiles or something like that. And we did terrible in dignity and awesome.
We didn't do so good in dignity.
Correctness. Well, I'm fine with that. I understand now. AC1, from your face I can read that you successfully forgot to report the wolf in your backpack. That's why you were strangely happy before ACT evaluated our performance. Oh my, I forgot to report it. That's not new, but you always report everything, except this time. Why? I'm not sure. See, this guy's me. But it doesn't matter now. Besides, we never saw a trace of the cub's parents, and if someone can look after it in the meantime, that agent is you. He's honest about not knowing why he does things.
I don't feel like this game is teaching kids to stay off drugs.
What are you talking about? Those drugs almost killed us. I'm never touching a drug again after playing this game.
I feel like I'm on drugs playing this game.
I see it and do not believe it. Agents returning from a mission in perfect shape. Officially, there's no record of this ever happening here, so the 5 to 10% was bullshit?
No, 5 to 10% of each individual agent came back.
I agree with Steph since Jubilee. Doctor, we bring 3 agents who, although are able to walk, are not well. And besides, there's a little wolf in the suitcase that the blonde-haired agent has. Help them, please. Yeah, why are we blaming it on the blonde? Don't worry. As long as the agents are well-trained and ready for mission, they will endure and regain their integrity. As for the wolf cub, we will also check it out immediately.
Regain their integrity.
I have to go now. You'll be able to visit these agents during the recovery phase at the medical center. Any questions you have in the future, you know where to find me. I actually have no idea where to find you.
Questions.
You literally did not. I don't know where you work. I don't know the layout of this base. AC1, unfortunately there's nothing we can do for AC9 and the others agents right now. We can only wait, but I don't think we have to worry about the wolf. Before falling asleep, he ate your rations and mine. I hope everyone recovers, but there's something I don't understand. Even though we managed to come back unaffected, no one here seems to acknowledge the importance of a shower. Let's go to our tents.
Did we put the wolf in a waterproof backpack, like were we happy about that because we knew the wolf would have to urinate?
Like we're giving him a bath.
Okay.
And I assume I took a bath or a shower or something because I'm not covered in shit anymore.
Okay, cool.
Was that the zombie one? She looks better now. Mission 0.1, the Reward Network Part 1. Agents, I studied the attributes of the monsters in your report. If they get very close to you, there is no point in running. You must learn to dodge strong attacks in small spaces. Precision is the key against these creatures. That's your only option. Enter the octagon. Okay. To dodge the tongue, press B, but if it catches you, press A to prevent it from fully squeezing you. Also giving your partner time to attack before it weakens. Well, I'm still reading. Before it weakens you and takes you away. Are you ready? I wasn't ready. Finally, maybe there's a way to escape from a monster, and that's in close combat. When the monster attacks you with its fists, you must dodge him with B. Get ready. Alright, I'm ready. Did you do it? I wasn't ready. Did I do it? Now, when the monster misses, it will be open for counterattack. If you then hit its knees and you manage to repeat this until they weaken, they may fall. Then you must escape. It's your only chance. Are you ready? Very well. Very well done. Remember, you must take care of each other. It's time for you to go. Your transport is about to land. This is all theoretical though, right? Because we've never actually tried fighting a monster. This is just like some random hypothesis the trainer made. Steph, what is the railways of the brain?
I don't know. Burlington, Northern Santa Fe? The white matter? The...
Camp AC south of the VTA mountains.
Vetrotegmental area.
This guy has a Justin Bieber haircut. AC1, stay still and don't complain. Tararan, you're ready. I still don't get why you're doing this. You didn't report AC0, and that makes you officially a renegade, and a bit of an adventurer like me. With this hairstyle, you look more like it. Embrace the new you, haha. Who the fuck is AC0? The new me? A renegade? No way. I get this horror out of my head. I better get this horror out of my head. By the way, how is AC0 doing? Have you noticed that his teeth are bigger? I hope you're feeding... Oh, it's a dog. I hope you're feeding him very well. Lest he gets hungry in the middle of the mission and have nothing left to eat but us. Wait, why are we bringing the puppy on the mission? Of course he's well fed. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to him. Not like with AC9. I let him get caught and he still hasn't recovered. Vesicle 1, Vesicle 2, this is DT speaking. After the mission in the Vision Islands, we now know why less than 10% of agents succeed in their objective and why many don't even make it back. The mission parameters are: Vesicle 1 will land first, advance stealthily in pairs, If you are at the crossroad before other agents, explore and leave a clue. If you make contact with a monster, use your last training and try to survive. If you find a receptor but can't power up the ancient station, stay there until others arrive and help you activate it. From now on, you are under decentralized command. Good luck. AC1 and AC2, we want to tell you something before landing. AC5 and I don't remember what happened in the last mission, but we know we made it back because of you, so let us go first. We'll try to clear the path for you. See you at the target's location. AC1, did you hear that? It's true that we almost lost AC9 and that he hasn't recovered yet, but they did. We helped them. I wish that was true, but the transporter would have eventually found them. I appreciate what AC6 said, but we just trained to have each other's backs. It's you and me this time. I don't want to feel responsible for anyone else. If it's okay with you, let's observe the terrain while they move forward. Why would that not be okay with him? It's like, no, don't observe the terrain.
Sometimes you gotta act first, observe later.
Are we going in completely opposite directions because we have no idea where the ancient artifact is? And we're hoping to cover more ground that way?
I think so.
I feel like this is a dead end though. Unless we can walk off. No, we can't. So we just have to go where they went anyway. Oh god! Not again! Leave me alone! Ah! A badger! And a bird! Fuck!
Dignity!
AC2, do you think they are other types of agents? I'm not sure, but they might be dangerous. We should try to sneak away, but I don't see how. There is not much that can give us cover. I can see that there is nothing beyond this path but the abyss. Let's leave a message for the captains to take the tunnel. We should move now. More of those agents are coming. Right now we have the element of surprise. Let's face them. We're just gonna 1v12 them or whatever the fuck they're.
Without knowing what they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be friends for all we know.
Yep.
Wait, where's my partner? Am I 1v12ing them? Like.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it goes.
Oh wait, there he is. I see him now. He's fighting one of them, and then the other 12 are by me.
They're for you.
I saw one of those MMA mixed martial arts fights, and so normally it's like, you know, you do whatever style you want, like, you know, boxing, judo, whatever you want, and one-on-one. But then I saw this special event where it was like 5v5.
Oh god.
And it was horrible to like, brutal to watch. Because what happens is like they all pair off, right? Like it's like 5 1v1s. But as soon as one of them wins, which is basically luck, like random, right? Whoever wins,
right?
Then one of them becomes a 2-on-1, and then you're fucked. And then like, as soon as one guy goes down, like that whole team is down like within a minute, because like you're getting pummeled by all sides by expert fighters, basically.
You are the weakest link. That sounds pretty good.
Wow, we've made quite a bit of progress, and still there's no sign of the others. Their message said to turn to the right, so they might be even further ahead, exploring this. Hey, who are you? Hello. Good to see we're not alone around here. We're just passing through, minding your own business. And you? You didn't answer who you are, but right now we don't have time to find that out. As long as you're not against our mission, we don't care. We have to carry on. You see the casual background raccoon there?
Yeah. Looking for a head to shit on.
Let's continue before the two yellow captains find the others. The first clues from our agents say, one sure way to fail in finding a receptor is to leave the mission area, I guess?
Yeah.
I mean, these are all kind of true in a way. This says, then you should take the path to the left. Oh, fuck with the raccoon. Well. No, no! Okay, good. It's a fucking bird there. No! Can't even see where it is. Oh, shh. What's this? Nothing. Oh shit. I forgot all my training. What was it? Dodge and then attack?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta free my friend or something like that. I can't walk towards him, like the game doesn't let me.
Right.
Hit him in the
You
knees.
attack its knees.
Did I do it? I don't know if it... I
I
can't
think
tell
you did
if
because
or
it
not.
turned like blue or something.
Aha! I dodged. Oh, did I dodge? Yeah, I did dodge, I guess. Take this. I guess I can only hit the knee once per attack. Because it didn't go like... It only changed color once even though I hit it a bunch of times.
I'd say.
Although it is playing the sound effect a bunch of times. Yeah, that's right.
Run away.
We beat a monster. Whoa. Let's solve this fast and silently. This clue says we lose part of ourselves if we get captured by a monster, I guess.
Yeah.
This says that you should take the left side of the road. Okay. Get pooped on. Yeah. Fuck!
That's just part of our dignity.
Any agents, prepare for battle. Any agents? Hey, for once I would like to know who we are fighting and why. You want to know what? You don't sound like team leaders or even look threatening. How disappointing. Perhaps you should tell us who you are and what's your objective before we attack you. Oh, how threatening. Perhaps you are overconfident in your numbers, but I don't think you can use them. Haven't you seen the gap between your position and ours? You should learn to mind your surroundings, any agent. Whoa, I like that attitude. Okay, as you've already heard, we are any agents and I am anyone. We are always ready for a fight, but that's not possible this time. Maybe we'll find each other again, and then we'll find out how much of a threat you two really are. Any agents, let's keep going.
That's supposed to be norepinephrine?
Are they always ready for a fight?
Yes. Sure.
Can you believe it? Another encounter with other agents, and without knowing anything about us, they behave as if we are enemies. I don't know if we are enemies or not, but the yellow agent we spoke to suggested that we can hinder each other's missions. We definitely have to find out more, but we need to keep moving. It's dangerous to stay here. Okay, the third clue says, to overflow with electrical currents the mountains top above the receptor, how many of them do you need to activate? Several, I guess. This says that you should take the path on the right.
You should take the path on the right. That's just a good point.
Fuck! Fuck! Get the fuck out of here, you. That's right, you run. Psst, agents, over here. Who's over there? I am AC-18. I haven't seen another Agent AC in a long time. Don't worry, there are no monsters where I'm hiding. Come closer, we can speak silently. AC-18? You seem to be one of us, but we haven't heard of any agents of that name. It looks like you survived here for a long time. I'm AC-1, and my partner here is AC-2. What happened to you? Are you okay? Not really. On a mission a long time ago, I don't even know how many milliseconds ago, I lost my partner near the entrance of the mountain. We got separated when we were attacked by a monster, and I haven't seen her since. So, I mean, brain stuff, I guess, happens on the order of milliseconds, right? This is what they're getting at here. But half a millisecond is like how long it takes for you to recover during a mission. So that could be like what, like anywhere from 5 minutes to like half an hour? So when someone, like, if you were on a mission, how long would you rest, right? You're not going to rest days. You're going to rest like an hour, maybe 5 hours if you want to be like really, really conservative about, you know, about your energy. This guy says, like, I don't know how many milliseconds. So the analogy here is he's like, oh, I don't know how many hours I've been, you know, lost here. I'm sorry. I know how it feels to lose a partner. Is there a clue we can follow? Didn't she go inside the mountain? I didn't see her going in, so I started looking for her around here. I could not find her, but I found something else. And it's good news. Come closer and let me show you. I'm not armed, as you can clearly see. Ha ha ha. The last syllable is longer. Here we are. Don't tell me you found the target we were looking for.
What is he wearing? What is happening?
I bet this is it. It's beautiful and mysterious. If you pay attention, you can also see a path coming from the ground that leads to that temple. Take a look. The way this AC-18 goes talking, I thought he was going to be like, you know, come forward, I'm not armed. In fact, can you step on this X that I've drawn on the ground right there? I haven't been able to get to that path, but since it comes from the side of the mountain, I don't see the point of going inside. Besides, it was at the entrance of the mountain where I lost my partner. That's in the direction I'm going to point out, but there's nothing good over there. Wait, so you want us to rescue her or you don't want us to rescue her? Like, I'm so confused now. And the way he talks, he's like, she's in the direction I'm about to point. Turn. Point.
Right.
I see.
Pretty normal.
The missions normally involve exploring all places stealthily, and if we don't find any other ways to the temple, we should give the mountain a try. That's true, and that's why I tried to climb it once. But some weird animal will try to kick you out, and not stealthily. It's a mess that can draw the attention of a monster. And if you get cornered by it inside the mountain, it's all over. Besides, I know that the mission comes first, but I also want to find my partner and face our destiny together. When we came back, we already knew that we could get lost and never go back, but I think she's still around. Yeah, I'm getting so lost in the grammar of these sentences.
Yeah.
I hope so. Continue looking for her and the path around here. AC2 and I will get inside the mountain. To get into the mountains, you must go unnoticed. If you find AC-19, keep her safe. If you find the path, take that bamboo stick down so I can use it as a bridge and join you. In the meantime, I'm going back to stealth mode. Be careful and good luck. I don't know, maybe this is a good stopping point.
Sure.
So what have we learned about drugs, kids?
Get on them. Get on them. They stick their tongue out at you, and
Just
you dodge
hit them in
the tongue.
knees. Yeah, that's
in the
how
knees.
you avoid drugs.
Which we want to do.
Yeah, or else we can't get to the darkness breakers.
Darkness breakers, yeah. Drugs break the darkness.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was You versus Drugs. I mean, gameplay wise, it was okay. Like, you know, it's nothing special, but it wasn't terrible. Going around doing these slow adventures. Learning wise, like it's average. You know, like a lot of e-learning software is like they tell you something and then they ask you a multiple choice question immediately afterwards of like, repeat the thing that I just told you back to me.
Right.
So, you know, not great, but it's definitely nowhere near the worst of these. So it was fine, I guess.
I would hate to see the worst.
Man, sometimes when I have to do compliance training at work, they have like, terrible like
it's
quizzes.
True.
Like it's just Anyway, my regular schedule is top left corner of the screen every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. 2 hours and 30 minutes ago in your time zone. We have the Steph Thursday stream where we play puzzle games,
where we play games that are not as bad as compliance training programs.
Oh no, but for real, this game was like it had actual gameplay, like, you know, running around and fighting monsters and stuff. Like a lot of learning games don't even have that, so that's pretty good.
It had that.
Every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 4 hours ago in your time zone, we have the solo Saturday stream where I play a random game from a review queue. We got the Discord. Join the Discord for updates to the schedule, and then the announcements for all scheduled streams. Let me check my calendar. I think we have a stream tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, so 4 hours ago in your time zone. I'm going to be playing Plumber Somewhere Ties with Astro Rose. Let's see. Then we have the Saturday stream, and then on Wednesday, 5 p.m. So 5 hours ago in your time zone, 5 p.m. Wednesday, the 21st, we're going to be playing Stardew Valley with Corky Quacker. So look forward to that as well. I think that's it. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of Cat Parade while I look for someone to raid.
Bye, everyone.